All right, welcome everyone. Happy Memorial Day. Thank you guys for joining the cookout, for joining the class. For those of us who didn't get a day drunk at any cookouts. So great to see you all. So we're going to get the class started. If you want to get the playlist going right now. And our first pose of the practice, I'll just start the playlist as well. It's going to be child's pose. So big toes to touch behind us. Reaching for the front of the mat. Having a seat back as well. Really stretching the lats on both sides, maybe feeling some lower back relief. Making sure it's a comfortable position. It's not a lot of pressure on your hips. So we'll stay here and find our breath to start. The types of breathing I typically like to start off with is either Ujjayi breath, which is in through the nose and out through the nose, to start building a bit of a fire, especially useful in power classes. And the other type of breath I like to use is often referred to as rescue breathing, which is really good for anxiety, and slow inhales through the nose, and an even slower inhale out of the mouth. So I usually do count of 4 on the inhale, and count of 8 on the exhale. So take what you want from the pose. Let's be for a couple more breaths. Now moving our hands up, rooting through our knees and our hands. We make our way to tabletop. Stacking joint systems here, right? So elbows over shoulders. Maybe knees maybe a little more wider than the hips, but not too wide. I'm going to look behind you, make sure you can't see your toes. We're going to start off with some cat and cow tilts. Just to warm up the spine and the abdominal. So inhale, the belly hangs soft. Reach the crown of the head up. Exhale. Pull and belly button back to spine. Inhale, reaching the crown of the head up, let the belly hang soft. Exhale, rounding the back. Let's continue this flow. No one to keep up with. Maybe one more. Finishing up both. Kneading back in tabletop. We come into a sunbird. So I'm going to drive my left heel back. Extend my right arm up. Thumb pointing towards the ceiling. And I'm really creating length at both ends here. So I'm pulling through the crown of the head to the front of the room. And I'm driving that left heel back. So you really want that back leg activated, not just the foot, right? An option to stay here. Or bring elbow to knee. And extend. Elbow to knee. Extend. And take 3 more at your own pace. Finding some stillness or finishing the one you're on. Coming back through tabletop. Switching to the opposite side. Drive the right heel back. Extend the left arm up. Creating length at both ends. Driving through the heel. Pulling through the head. And head away from the shoulders. You want to be crunched up. Option to stay here. Or elbow to knee. Extend. Elbow to knee. Extend. Elbow to knee. Extend. 2 more. Elbow to knee. Extend. Elbow to knee. And extend. Nice and rooted through the mat. Both hands hands down now, back into tabletop. I'm in the dolphin pose now. I know you guys who are repeat students know how much I love the pose. Interlace the fingers, forearms on the mat. We're starting a bit of a high plank position. Up on the toes. Not having any slouch, you don't let that belly hang soft. Kind of use your abdominals to hold yourself up. Belly button the spine. As we transition the dolphin, zip up through the abdominals, pull up. Back into the plank. Zip up through the abdominals, dolphin pose. Back into plank. Dolphin. Plank. 2 more, dolphin. Plank. Dolphin. Plank. Knees down. And back through tabletop. Curling up on the toes, coming to our first downward facing dog in the practice. And really using the hands to push away. That's our first downward facing dog. So always a slight bend in the knees is always okay. Downward facing dog doesn't always have to have flat heels behind us, right? Here for a couple breaths, maybe wag your tail a bit. Walking feet to hands now. Hanging in a ragdoll or a forward fold position. Wherever you choose, kind of play with where your hips are. We really want our hips to kind of be right over our ankles. You can have a slight bend in the knee. Lean forward a bit. Really taking any tension we have out of our neck. Really let that head hang nice and heavy. Maybe nod the head side to side. Create circles. And whatever you need to do to create length, you take tension out of the neck. Awesome. Releasing the hands, driving through the feet, rooting, reaching and rising, extended mountain. Deep inhale here. Exhale, forward folding. And similar to the sensation we built in dolphin, zip up through the abdominals, we pull up into our halfway lift. Creating length in the spine, ears away from shoulders. Hips over ankles, Uddiyana banded gaze, belly button back to spine. Exhale, forward folding. Drive through the feet, reach and rise. Exhale, forward folding. Zipping up through the abdominals, halfway lifting. Exhale, forward folding. One more time. Inhale, reach and rise. Exhale, forward fold. Up through the abdominals, halfway lift. And creating length in the spine. Hands to the mat, starting in a high plank. Hugging in the sides as we lower. Through low push-up. Inhale the back bend of our choice, whether that's upward facing dog, or maybe you wanted to start with cobra. And wherever you are, stay in that back bend for a little bit. You curl up on the toes, pushing away, downward facing dog. Bring up the right leg, driving through the heel, three-legged dog. Stepping to the front of the mat, we're going to start with crescent lunge. I'm going to do a lot of warrior 2 today. Let's really start rooted down through the mat. Heel over the ball of our foot. And shoulders away from ears. Relax the shoulders. Stepping back the back heel, coming into our warrior two. Back edge of the foot parallel to the mat, knee over the ankle. Coming up, reversing our warrior now. Inhale, reaching through our lats. Exhale, coming through warrior two, into our extended side angle. Maybe reaching both arms out in front. Drive through the feet, back to warrior two. Cartwheel the hands to the mat. Come to our vinyasa. Drive the left foot up, three-legged dog. Step to the front of the mat. Coming back into our crescent lunge. And same cues as before, get nice and rooted here. Opening the hips. Opening into our warrior two. Palms to the ceiling. Inhale. Now as we come up and reverse our warrior, make sure you're not straightening out that front leg. I see that often in our students. Inhale, reach the left arm up. Exhale, come through warrior two. Forearm to quadricep, reach for the front of the room. Maybe both arms out. Try extended side angle. Drive through the feet back to warrior two. Cartwheel the hands to the mat. Meeting our downward facing dog. Building some fire now, walking or hopping, feet to hands. Inhale and halfway lift. And shoulders away from ears. Exhale, forward fold. Root down the feet, inhale, reach and rise. Exhale, forward folding over the legs. Step up through the abdominals, halfway lift. Now to make your way down the plank, we're coming to the jump back. Inhale your back bend. Exhale, downward facing dog. Right leg, three-legged dog. Coming into crescent lunge again. Really root down, really get your form well here for a breath. Open into your warrior two. I didn't think you got to breathe there. Reverse our warrior now, palms to the ceiling. Inhale. Exhale through our warrior two, forearm to quadricep. Drive through the feet back to warrior two. And cartwheel our hands to the mat. Vinyasa to the other side. Left leg up. Step into the front of the mat. Crescent lunge here for a breath. Root down, good form. Open the hips. Open the side. Warrior two. Reverse our warrior, keeping integrity in that front leg. Exhale, coming through warrior two. Forearm quadricep. Or both arms up. Arm binds, always a good idea here. I have way too tight shoulders though to do arm binds. Drive through the feet, warrior two. Cartwheel the hands to the mat. We'll go through it again. Walk or hop feet to hands. Inhale, halfway lift. Shoulders away from ears. Exhale, forward fold. Root down through the feet, reach and rise. Hinging at the hips, forward folding. Up through the abdominals, halfway lift. Hands to the mat. Now coming through the plank this time. The jump back's always a great option. Remember, anytime in the practice, if you want to skip the vinyasa, you can always meet us in downward facing dog. And child's pose is always an option you can take. Right leg, three-legged dog. Step it to the front of the mat. Coming through crescent lunge. Opening the hips, coming into our warrior two. Reversing our warrior. Come through warrior two to extended side angle. Drive through the feet back to warrior two. Cartwheel the hands to the mat. Equaling out on the opposite side. And coming through our flow, starting with the left leg, stepping up. Crescent lunge. Open the hips. Warrior two. Reversing our warrior. And that good inhale. Exhale coming through our warrior two and into our extended side angle. Back through warrior two. Cartwheel and hands to the mat. Coming through our flow. Meeting downward facing dog. Great job, everyone. Stay here for a couple breaths. Practice a little bit of shoulder stability and strength, and really pushing through our hands. Staying with our breath. When we can, we're going to come back into a high plank. Center the left hand. Coming up on the sides. Coming into our side plank. Showing a lot of strength here. And picking up that top foot. Wherever you have, slowly and controlled, back into our high plank. Push away into our downward facing dog. Or take a vinyasa if you'd like. Always an option there. Centering to the mat. This time with the right hand in the center of the mat. Coming onto our side plank. Rooting strongly here. Picking up that top foot. Slowly lower. Back into the high plank. You really want to take that vinyasa. You're strong, right? Awesome job. Walking or hopping feet to hands. Inhaling our halfway lift. And shoulders away from ears, we're going to halfway lift. We're going to sit back into chair pose. Now remember the cues here. As much as you can, these over ankles. That means coming up out of your chair a bit. But we didn't do like a full traditional Baptiste style sun salutation B. I'm going to leave us in warrior here for, in chair here for a while. Maybe you're so strong you pick up your toes off your mat. Inhale, hands to heart center. Twist in chair, twist to the right side. Stay with our breath. Now we're nice and strong here, keeping that right foot planted. Step back the left leg into the crescent lunge. Option to open your twist here. Lowering both hands in front of the front foot. Lower the back heel. Coming into our warrior two again. Straighten a slight bend in the front knee. Pull to the front of the room if someone's grabbing your wrist. Lower the front hand. Open up into triangle pose. Left hand to the mat. Twisted triangle. Both hands down to the mat. Onto the ball of the foot. Come through our vinyasa. opposite side now. Or rather, just kick up that left leg just for a second. We're going to place it down. We're going to come back into chair pose. So walk or hop feet to hands. Inhale the halfway lift. And creating length, shoulders away from ears. Exhale, sitting back into our chair. If we feel any rounding in our back, use our Uddiyana Bandha to pull belly button back to spine. Maybe pick your toes up off your mat. Wherever you are, inhale, hands to heart center. Exhale, twisting to the left side now. Remembering to breathe. It's very easy to lose our breath in twisted poses. Also looking at our knees, making sure they're even. We don't have one further out than the other. Really rooting down to the left foot now. Step that right leg back. Again, if we're sinking into that leg like I just was now, push away from it with your tricep. Nice and strong here. Option to open your crescent lunge. Right hand to the mat. Gaze is wherever's comfortable in your neck. Either at your thumb, your top hand, or looking down to the mat. Both hands down to the mat. Framing the front foot. Flattening the back heel. Coming back into warrior two. And straightening the front leg, slight bend in the knee. Pull to the front of the room when someone's grabbing your wrist. Front hand to the mat. Or front fingertips. Open up to the side. Come to our triangle, creating length here. With a nice straight line, shoulders stacked. Like someone's pulling your top hand with a string. You're really reaching up through it. Front hip tucked in. Knee parallel with the mat. Right hand to the mat. Open. Twist and triangle. Both hands down to the mat. Onto the ball of the foot. And come through your flow or meet me in downward facing dog. Awesome job. And sit here in down dog for a little bit. Again, really pushing away. Keeping integrity in our shoulders. Pulling belly button back to spine. Have that extra support. Awesome job. Walk or hop feet to hands. And I'm just going to face everyone to do this. We're going to come into Malasana or deep yogi squat. Hands at heart center. And ankles turned out, so our feet are at an angle. We'll stay here for a couple breaths. I want to come into goddess pose. So I'm going to open my stance a little bit. Come up onto my feet. Knees should be stacked over ankles. We'll start with cactus arms. And stay nice and strong here. Then we'll come up onto the balls of my feet for that extra little bit. Then feel it in your calves. This makes you feel like a crab. Feel free to do that. And with our breath, maybe even playing with one at a time. And this is your practice. If you got a little shaking in your legs, it's a good thing. If you really want to stand up straight through the ball of your foot, flatten the heels. Awesome job, everyone. And back into our flow now. Deep inhale, we're all sweating like hell, right? Inhale, reach and rise. Hinging in the hips, forward folding. All up through the abdominals, halfway lift. Hands to the mat. Into our high plank. Coming through our low push-up. Inhale the back bend, pushing through the tops of your feet if you're an upward facing dog. So the cues I like in upward facing dog, pushing through the tops of the feet, shoulders away from here, ears, and pulling our hip flexors in front of the room. You really feel your glutes engaged here. And coming through our downward facing dog. Awesome. Coming into our high plank. And slowly, as slow as you can, lower flat on the mat. Keeping those elbows tucked in. Breathe. And lower. Swinging up and around. We're going to lie flat on our backs. So we do a little core work now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring my knees in and come up into a crunch position. What I'm going to do is I'm going to do these little crunches. And what you want to do, you want to keep the motions nice and small, because actually the more we come out of it, the easier it's going to kind of be. So we're going to count it to 60 seconds. We're holding here and just roll back and forth. So 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 5, 9, 48, 47, 46, 45, 44, 43, 42, 41, 40, 39, 38, 37, 36, 35, 34, 33, 32, 31. Halfway there. 28, 27, 26, 25, 24, 23, 22, 21, 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hug knees to the chest. Exhale. So that's something I just learned today, and I absolutely love it. It looks like little motions, but for that 1 minute, we're really putting in a lot of work. And we're really keeping our rectus abdominis, those front abdominal muscles, engaged throughout the whole time. Just kind of curl up, get some relief. And maybe we'll plant the feet flat. We're going to give our abdominals a little stretch now, coming through a bridge pose. Starting through the ankles, interlacing the fingers. Give a nice stretch after all that effort. Slowly lowering the hips. Make sure not to knock my glass of water. I already did that before class started. Hence the not usual gray mat. So now we're going to start by bringing the right leg in. Sole the right foot on the mat. So we're going to come into a sit-up position. I'm going to come in on a sit-up. I'm going to plant my right hand down. Excuse me, I'm going to plant my left hand down. I'm going to come up. Reach that left leg to right hand. So we're getting a little bit of a oblique twist here, a little bit of, that's a trap shoulders, a little bit of everything here, abdominals. You don't have to hold it up here as long as it's demonstrated yet. And slowly lower. So if you did that one with us, we'll count that one as 1. So we're going to do 5 of those. So again, come up through the sit up, plant the left hand, reach the foot up, lower to the mat. 2, sit up. 3, lower, sit up. 4. The higher you get that leg up, the more you're going to activate your abdominals. Up to 5. And slowly lower. Switch sides. The person that I learned this from in a video, he did like 20 each side. I'm like, I don't think I'm going to do that after a full yoga class. All right, so now right leg's extended, left knee in. So come up in the sit-up position. Plant the the right hand down. Come up, left hand, right knee. Slowly lower. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Whew. Those are a lot of work. I had to cheat a little bit, swing my arms with it. Hug knees to chest. Kind of give those abdominals a little bit of relief. I have one more abdominal exercise. And both arms and legs out, almost like an X position or a really skinny X, right? So we're going to come up through this position. I'm going to reach my right hand to my left leg. I'm going to open up behind me and lower. So we're going to do 5 of those each side. And if you really want to add to the difficulty, keep your feet up the whole time. All right? So we'll start. If you did that one with me, we'll count that as 1. Otherwise, there'll be an extra one. So come up. 2. Controlled motion. Up. Woo. 3. Me up. 4. And 1 more. And 5. Whew. Switching to the opposite side now. Those who still hold me 1, feel free to do that. Now feet and arms up off the ground. If you want to add the extra challenge, coming up. Opening 1. Opening. 2. Opening. Whoop. No one saw me cheat there. 3. Opening. 4. And the last one. Whew. And lower. Whew. All right. Good job, everyone. Like I said, no one saw me cheat there. I was just practicing these before class as well. All right, rooting down through the feet now. Lifting through the hips. Staying bridge pose for just a little bit. Open the chest to the ceiling. Lowering the hips. Come up. Onto our knees. Do another back bend. We're going to do camel pose. Let me just keep an eye on the time. It's going by fast. We're all having so much fun. So I'm going to do half a camel. Half a camel at each time. But if you do full camel, feel free to go for it. So I'm going to start by inhaling. Left hand up. I'm going to reach for my right heel, my right hand. And to assist me lowering that, I'm going to drive my hips to the front of the room. Slowly coming out. I'm going to switch to the opposite side. Right hand up, left hand, left heel. Driving through those hips. Slowly coming out. Lower to mat, maybe like a tabletop position. Under, tucking the toes under. through downward facing dog. Reaching the right leg up. Bring the leg out in front of you. Coming into our pigeon pose. Start like a nice proud pigeon. Reaching through the fingertips. Shoulders away from ears. And I'm going to seat back. I like staying in this position for a little bit. I feel like I really get a good stretch, especially on my glutes on my right side here. I feel like I get a little extra for longer. And I'm ready to slowly lower. Either onto your forearms or reach completely flat out in front of you. Coming through the fingers. Coming up on the ball of the foot. We're going to transition to the other side. Coming to pigeon pose here. Something I want to kind of point out here. I notice a lot of people really try to take that like perfect angle with their front foot, but really like anatomically, our knee doesn't move much. Well, if I have that, this is the knee joint. Our knee doesn't really move much that way. So really preferably, and it's really up to you, I like bringing my heel lower than my knee when I'm in pigeon. It's a lot more comfortable in the knee joint. When you're ready, slowly lie flat on the mat. Back through our crowd pigeon to start. Onto the ball of our foot. I really like coming back through three-legged dog first. But gives my hip an extra little push through. Back through downward facing dog. Lower onto the mat. Lying flat on our backs. We'll start with Supta Baddha Konasana, keeping with the hip opening theme, as we just did pigeon. Or bound angled pose, so it'll be soles of the feet to touch. Open the hips. Breathe through. Coming into happy baby, now reaching those feet up. Grabbing the outside edges. Pushing through, peeling them apart. We want to have a natural curvature of the spine here. We don't want to be like freaking ponytail all the way here. We don't want to be curling up on the back. We want to be like reach, almost like we're trying to reach the tailbone flat to the mat. And we want to have a little side to side here. Rocking the baby. And don't worry, guys, I promise no more abs today. Moving back through feet to touch. Going through our seat. Try not to take my water. I'm do a staff pose now. Feet extended out. Arms up straight. And pull through hips in the front. So our hip flexor should be in flexion. All right. Tracking. Pull the chest through. Standing straight here. Deep inhale here. And forward folding over our legs. And then creating length here too. It's not just a hamstring stretch. As much as we can, we're here, our shoulders. Pull away from that. Slowly releasing. I'm gonna start tucking in my right leg, almost like tree pose. Inhale, reach and rise. Exhale, fall forward over that front leg. And releasing, switching to the opposite side. Inhale, reach and rise. Exhale, forward fold. Slowly releasing. Now we'll come, we'll lie flat on our backs. We'll do spinal twists. So I usually like to include the practice. Start by bringing our knee to our chest. Opening to the opposite side. So I'm going to bring my right knee across my body. Use my right hand even if you'd like to encourage deeper stretch. And my gaze is going to be the opposite way the lower half is twisting. It's almost like we're wringing out a dish towel. And so it feels really good, especially on my neck as I hold in a twisted position here. Do a lot of desk work, a lot of working from home. Switching to the opposite side. Knee to chest. Open to the opposite side. Either have the left arm straight up, straight out, or use it to encourage a deeper stretch. Slowly line flat on our backs. Let's see if you have a pose that's calling to you before we make our way into corpse pose. Please do so. I'll start with Viparita Karani personally. I really like that. Pushing our feet through the ceiling. If you'd like to come into Savasana now, please feel free to do so. If you're not sick of all the ab work, I know I said no more abs today, but if you really want to, come up into a shoulder statement. If there are any other poses calling to you, feel free to take that. I'm going to call Savasana. It's taking in our practice. Maybe this is a bit more challenging than some of the others for us. Maybe it's a little easier. Maybe some poses that were difficult to do. Maybe we did some poses that we didn't think we could do well that we really nailed today. So either way, just be appreciative of all the wonderful things our bodies can do. The amazing things we do with them. Being thankful to yourself. Acknowledging yourself for doing something today for your physical, spiritual, mental well-being, whatever we take from our practices. You'd like to now make your way into a comfortable seated position. I just want to thank everyone for spending their Memorial Day with me and taking the class today. Remembering our PayPal is tina@blackwidowyoga.com. Our Venmo is Black Widow Yoga. And the recommended donation is $6.66. So again, these are all donation-based. This is something that Tina, myself, and the other teachers use to give back to the community in these tough times. But the donations are always appreciated, but please, they're definitely not required, especially if you're out of work. So again, thank you, everyone. I'm going to bring my hands to heart center now, bow and say namaste. Thank you, everyone, for taking the class.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you. Great class.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Super here, icebreaker and LOH on. That was awesome.
Awesome. Good to hear. Thank you.